October 7th, 1958. Dear Ed, I received both your letters a few days ago, and I was happy to hear about your travels. As I said before, I now repeat, I envy you. I am back at school now and in the old grind. My courses are American History, English under the tutors, France in the 16th, 17th, and 18th centuries, methods in English, and typing in shorthand. It's a load, but I hope to survive. Also, now that I'm here in Williamsburg, send your letters to Box 986, Williamsburg, Virginia. I'm also back in the swing of things at the W&M Theater. For the third time, I'm prop mistress. I spent all yesterday afternoon making papier-mâché watermelons, and believe me, they're not what you would call works of art. Besides them, I have a million headaches, but as usual, I wouldn't trade it for all the world. However, I do think that this will be the last show on which I'll be in charge of a committee, as it takes too much time. The play is The Mad Woman of Chaillot, which is a very fanciful comedy. It is set in the spring of next year, which tells you something about the general atmosphere. I've been meaning to tell you for some time that I took your advice this summer and read Cannery Row and loved it. It was really everything you said it was. I can't remember when I've read a book in which the author so obviously loved people in general and little people in particular. My one big reaction was one of pity for everyone who wasn't one of them, including myself. Steinbeck makes you feel that you are missing something, and the whole trouble is, I think I am. Of course, now I have a new ambition in life. I'd love to have a sip of old tennis shoes. I'm trying to get rid of all my bad habits, as you know. Or maybe you don't. I had 3/4 way decided to give up drinking the day I was hung. This was the day we met. And when I got back to Richmond, I gave myself the oath. Cherry Rhine wine or liquor is the only exception I have made, and I hope it can be forgiven. Also, I've just about given up smoking. I only smoke about 5 or 4 a day, whereas I used to smoke a pack. I hope to cut it out altogether. Wish me luck. Some wit asked me, with all the things I was giving up, why I didn't give up living, and sometimes I think she had a point. But for the most part, I remain firm, or at least reasonably so. You told me in your last letter that you cruise and then go into port, etc. What I want to know is how long you spend on ship between ports. Also, why is the Spanish border so armed? I feel very dumb, but I didn't know they were having trouble with Gibraltar. Oh, you lucky thing. Athens and Naples. They say Naples is wonderful and that Athens is unbelievable. However, I can't say too much about them as I have only traveled from my armchair. But don't worry, I hear they are both great liberty towns. The room you live in sounds about the same size of mine. This year I am in the sorority house in a single room. It's the first time I've never had a roommate, and occasionally I get lonely, but I'm out most of the time, so it doesn't worry me too much. We have a kitchen here, and most of us do our own cooking. I'm doing it also, and I'm having a ball. This is the first time I've ever had to shop for myself for any length of time, and I love it. I'm the only person I know who would rather go to the A&P than a movie, but don't worry. It will just last until the novelty wears off. I would like to clear up a misconception. Unfortunately, I am by no means an A or B student by a long shot. I'm happy with a little better than a straight C average, as I decided I'd rather do outside things than get the grades. And no, I'm not working this year. I'm concentrating on being a full-time parasite. Date for you at the first of the year has been reserved, and we can work out details later. However, I hope you will be able to make it up for a weekend, as Lejeune is a fair piece down the road to come for just one date. And also, if you can stay longer, I'll borrow a pass for you and show you Colonial Williamsburg, which you might find interesting. Have fun. Connie. P.S. I wish you would tell me what all the things in your address mean. Gad.